So with a discharge upgrade case, for one, we want to understand why a person was discharged in the first place. And so having or getting our hands on paperwork that was generated by the service member's command through that discharge process is important so that we can understand what the command was doing, why it did what it did, why it believed that our client deserved or should have been discharged. Then we work with our client to understand what is left out from those documents, what, if anything, was not provided or made clear to the command, and identify any areas where the command just got things wrong. There are times when commanders have not correctly applied the law in a particular case or got bad advice from their JAG attorney and didn't go about the discharge process correctly. So we identify those legal errors to raise in a brief to the Discharge Review Board. And then we also work with our client to get a better understanding of who our client is, what his or her service history was, and also if that person, particularly if that person has been out of the military for a while, understand what that person has done since leaving the military. Because sometimes with a discharge upgrade case, it can be valuable to show that somebody has been a contributing member of society since leaving the military. In other words, for example, has had a steady job, had a meaningful job, had a role in some sort of valuable role in their community, has been a parent raising children, et cetera, et cetera. There are a lot of ways to help persuade a discharge review board that a person's life after the military also, in combination with what occurred while the person was serving, all merit upgrading that person's discharge and upgrading that person's ability to receive valuable military benefits. And then the other thing that we do in certain cases in any case where our client has some sort of history of PTSD or traumatic brain injury, we look to see whether there was any connection between that PTSD or TBI and the reason why the person's command kicked them out of the military. And if we can tie those two things together, we can then paint a better picture for the Discharge Review Board of how that PTSD played a role and how it mitigates whatever sort of alleged misconduct led to the person being discharged. As I mentioned before, discharge review boards have been instructed by the Defense Department and now Congress to pay more attention to cases with PTSD or TBI and more liberally consider the role that PTSD or TBI had in a particular person's case played in order to more liberally consider upgrading a person's discharge in that sort of case.